Hey, everybody. I'm Mike,
I'm Bob.
and this is the Board Game Rundown. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday,
Whoop, whoop.
uh, April Fool's edition. It wouldn't be any fun if we told you what we actually have in store for you tonight. It'll be a lot more fun for you to just see for yourself what we have in store for you. As far as I know, this is the first Whiskey Wednesday we've ever had actually on April 1st, because I feel like I would have remembered that before. So, yeah, good stuff. Nice to be back after a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony.
And of course, if you're on social media absorbing board game content, you will have seen lots of posts about games that have no right to exist or games you actually wanted to exist. And of course, none of them are real. Some people love those, but I know plenty of people that get annoyed by them too, because there's a lot of them. Like there's lots
Oh,
of people
yeah.
that like participate in it too. So some are
Yeah.
better than others. What's up, Steph? Good
Hey,
morning.
Steph.
Um, I mean I know like Michael Petre did one, and I thought that was kind of cool. And maybe it's just because he's a self-publisher, and he had one about his game um being mixed with Mad Kala, and it was Mad Cocktails, I think. It looked pretty funny. It
Yeah.
was well done.
Okay.
So
I tend to avoid most internet things today just
yeah.
because, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you had done that, you maybe would not believe that NASA is actually going to send people around the moon, not on it. They're going to orbit the moon, and that rocket actually just launched about an hour and a half ago. This is not a joke. They are actually sending a rocket up to orbit the moon. So
Okay. Well, we can see
uh,
what's going on that dark side, see what Pink Floyd's been up to.
yeah, that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
See if the lander is still actually there, which actually, India supposedly proved it was several months back. But anywho, for those conspiracy people that don't think we actually went to the moon,
We
we'll
ain't
leave
never
it
been
at
off
that.
this flat earth, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people believe that they're both round, but we just didn't go there. It's made
It's
up,
true. This is true.
you know. Anywho, we've got a topic and a guest.
We do.
Um, they are not Tim, although some people tried to guess that he was going to be our guest tonight because he has not been a guest. That's fair.
That is
He's never been
fair.
a guest.
He is also old, but
He is also
it's oldies, but goodies. So you can't just be half right on that. So,
yes, oldies but goodies is the topic. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But first, we should probably go ahead and introduce our guest. I would say I would 100% say I have watched more of, what's up, Wayne? More of this channel's content than any other board game channel that is out there. No question. Not even close.
yeah.
So to say I'm a fan, you can figure that out for yourself based on me absorbing all of their content. So
Right.
without further ado, let's go ahead and get our mystery guest on the show. And it is Bob from Board Game Rundown.
Hey.
Bob,
Yeah.
dude, so great to have you on the show, man. I have been watching your channel for so long.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because we've played games at I don't even know how many conventions now.
Lots. Yeah.
And we've talked about having you on the show. And so yeah, to get you on the show, man, definitely an honor. So glad to have you here.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad our schedules finally aligned. And we're both able to be together on the same night. And I look forward to hanging out and talking about some board games.
Yeah. So first of all, as we always like to make sure our guests are like comfortable when they come on the show.
Sure.
So we gave you the option to pick the topic,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, um, you, Brendan says we're doing the bit he suggested, but without Tim. What?
What do
But
you mean by bit?
Bob, you
Yeah.
said oldies but goodies. Why was that your suggested topic?
Uh, because there's just so many games that we play. You have the cult of the new and everything going on. So I just wanted to highlight some games that we either play a lot, maybe don't talk about quite as much because we're always talking about newer things, and just some of our classic favorite games.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's a lot of games that are, well, we still got to get to those all-time favorites, don't we? Um, but yeah, we've been on my end, we've really been slacking. Don't let them know. But we've really been slacking trying to get to our top 20. I got a lot of old games in there. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
great to talk about those. I'm almost like not a very good board game content creator because I don't worry too much about chasing the new stuff anymore. Like, I talk about it. It's fun. I don't have to buy it all. I love just enjoying my old classic games sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But being on the cutting edge of new games, I feel like I'm almost required to play a lot of these newer games. And sometimes you just get tired of talking about the new stuff. You just want to talk about
Yeah.
older games.
Yeah,
So
that's so true. I definitely get tired of talking about new games. So
mhm.
I'm looking forward to talking about all of these old games tonight.
Would it be a breath of fresh air if it's old and stagnant? I don't know. Maybe. I
uh,
don't know. I guess I wouldn't consider it stagnant though, but it's definitely old.
yeah.
Old news. Still
And
good
we
news.
also we also did not classify, we didn't pick an actual year, right? Like, what are you
No.
calling old?
Just games we've played a lot. I guess is what I'm going as far as old.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I was thinking like 10 years or older. You just kind of gave that topic, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that
Yeah, I
sounds
went. I
good. We
went through
didn't
my
really
BG
discuss it.
stats, and I'm like, okay, that's an older game. That's an older game, and I just, kind of gut feel. That's how I do all my
Uh,
lists.
Good to see you, Mike. Yeah, our
What's up,
guest
Mike?
tonight is Bob from Board Game Rundown.
That's right.
First time on the channel.
Mhm.
This is Mike Giuliano. He's
He's
probably our most
he's been a
repeat
guest on here
guest.
more than I have.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
So I'm hoping
Very
someday I get
true.
some Googs numbers.
So yeah, Mike is calling into question your classification for old games and says he's played Flip 7 a ton, so now it's old.
Yeah, tracks.
All right, well, I'm sticking to my 10 years or older.
Okay,
Um, well, Bob, you did know that you had the option of drinking whiskey tonight, so
I
I'll
did.
allow one
The
of our
whiskey
good.
is optional. I heard attendance is mandatory, but the
Yeah.
whiskey is optional. And I've actually, whenever I buy one of those big bottles of Makers, I always like to pour part of it into one of these little fancy
Oh, you
decanter
got an
kind of bottles.
infinity bottle.
Yeah, so I pour some of that in there, and I'm having me one of those tonight. So,
So is there anything other than makers in there?
uh-uh. Nope, it's
Okay.
all Makers.
Okay. See, my girlfriend has an infinity bottle going, and we take the best stuff before it's gone and put it in there. So it's like
A mishmash.
12 different things, but it's all really good stuff. So, yeah, growing old is inevitable, also not optional.
Goring up.
Uh,
Yes, I like it. It's like a
yes,
zombie flick.
not optional if you're in a zombie flick.
Fair.
Um, I'm drinking, I've had this bottle for a while now, and I need to replenish it soon. It's Old Granddad 114. What's the 114? That's the proof. Um, Actually very tasty and inexpensive.
Really?
So highly recommend some Old Granddad 114. The first time you'll try it, you'll be like, this is shoe leather. you got to give
You
it
got to
some
get through it.
time.
Once you're on
Let
your
it
third or fourth glass, it's great.
no, you got to let it sit in that bottle for a bit, keep it for a little while,
Hmm.
let that ice melt a little, and it's a very
Mellows it
good
out.
114 for under $30 a bottle.
Right on.
So,
Uh, so Mike, before I came on the show, I did send you like a media package clip. Um, just want to let everybody know that Board Game Rundown now has a sponsor. Even,
oh
um,
wow.
yeah. So we're kind of really like big time. And so if you wouldn't mind running that clip for me, I'd really appreciate it.
It was this one, I think.
Get your games noticed with help from Lawhorn Design. Eye-catching backdrops, banners, table covers, signage, and much, much more. All shipped directly to you or your next big show. Fast, reliable rush orders are always available to keep you prepared and professional. Contact Lawhorn Design today for all your creative marketing, branding, website, and event display needs.
Wow. You guys are definitely big time now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Gotta keep the lights on, right? So
Yeah. That looks like a great sponsor too. I almost need him to send us some stuff and like update some of our look a little bit.
yeah, he could probably definitely help you look better. So
Nice.
yeah, I heard they got some professionals over there that help with like all types of stuff.
Well done. uh but oldies but goodies. Old,
Oh, but good.
crusty, brown, tin. I'm speaking the language of Jason Smith from the Board Game Mechanics
There you
right
go.
now. Absolutely.
Tracks, lots of tracks.
Yeah. No player interaction.
Ugh,
We're talking about old, old games.
old.
And now that you got your little sponsored clip in there, which well done, by the way,
Thank you, sir.
we should probably go ahead and talk about our top five oldies but goodies. He's not on the show tonight. I apologize that our normal like co-hosts are not here with us. I don't actually know what they're doing. But it just kind of feels like I should say we'll start with you
Okay.
and your number five.
Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you letting me go first on your show here. So my number five, I can honestly say, excluding my international travels, every single time I have gone to the beach, I have taken this game with me. I love sand. I love feet. I love a good beach day. Okay. I have played this game so much that it's almost wore out. I've played this game so much. Beach Day is fantastic. It's got some great feet art on there, thanks to friend of the show, Ammon Anderson. And
Oh, you guys know him?
yeah, yep,
Wow.
good friend. Yep.
Cool.
It's a game by Cake Pie, easy as cake, easy as pie, tasty like cake, something to that effect. Uh, but
He butchered
yeah,
that
this
for the
is
record.
this is that's a fantastic oldie but a goodie. So
Wow. That's yeah. Now, how long has this one been out?
man, I couldn't tell you. It's been so long. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, literally every single time I've gone to the beach, I've taken
Wow.
this with me.
Wow.
Yep,
I bet you're at the beach a lot.
a lot. You can tell by my complexion.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this one, fits an old crusty brown game. So
It does. It's kind of that
yeah.
mantra there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check out Beach Day from Pie Cake Games?
Pie cake games. Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Hmm.
Good one to start with. Huh. Nicely done. Okay, so mine this game is so old. Most people probably um yeah, I don't think anybody's played this one. It's kind of a hidden gem cuz it's been on Kickstarter for 8 days.
Oh,
So this
geez.
one goes way back to last week. Last
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday specifically. And I'm talking about Hard Drive
Ooh,
from
okay.
Galen's Games Minton series.
Yeah.
Uh, I love me some racing games. I
Mm-hmm.
love me some John DeCampo's art from Terrible Games.
Mm-hmm.
Mash those things together, and well, that means you've got a racing game with John DeCampo's art.
Nice.
So yeah, it's kind of got this sort of like 8-bit computer themed racing theme to it. And these cards are double sided. You're rolling dice, and you have to roll the numbers either in front of you or diagonal in front of you to move. If that's all there was to it, it wouldn't be that great. Except over here, clearly prototype components. What we got was way better than that. You have these charges, and you can spend them to pip your dice up and down, and then you start moving yourself up this track here. And so your combo, when you're trying to get obviously to the finish line, which will be at the very end here, not visible, but you get these bonuses. Sometimes you'll have things that you can't go into. You'll get bonus cards, and you can only hold two of them, but you can play as many bonus cards as you want. So you kind of chain these actions together in what becomes like a 10-minute race. But like I like combos in games and racing, and you kind of add that together in this like 10-minute game, and it was pretty fun. Like you get a lot of bang for your buck in this little mint tin here. So
Mm.
I was
Nice.
pretty impressed. And like I said, I have been playing this since, at least March.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, been out a really long time. It's definitely
Right.
an oldie and a goodie.
I like it. I'll have to check that one out. I played a bunch of those Mint 10 games. I haven't played, didn't get a chance to play that one though. Maybe next time we're at a convention or something together, we could check it out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we still have the prototype. I'll have to check.
Okay.
I'm not the one in charge of hoarding all of our preview games. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So all right. So we'll move on to our number 4.
Well, for my number 4, speaking of Kickstarter games, this one is so old it's actually about to fulfill. I'm talking about Fairy Tale Campaign Trail. I love a actually good judge mechanic game. In this one, you are given these conundrums that your town is being faced, and as you are running for mayor of this town, you are going to give what you believe is the best solution to these problems, and shenanigans ensue. Um, Much better than just the kind of classic. I put a card down. You don't get to say anything about and you're just somebody reads a card and says, "Okay, I picked this one." No, this one you have that debate format back and forth where you're arguing about why your position is so much better, and I can really appreciate that when it comes to a judge mechanism. But yeah, this one was on Kickstarter last year, I believe it was, and it's actually sitting in Ohio as we speak. And they are going to start delivering games here any minute.
I remember when you guys did your coverage for this game, and it looked hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a feeling you probably really got to have the right group for this.
Yeah, it's one of those, definitely heavy group dependent. You gotta get people that are gonna get into it. If you got people who are just not there for it, then you'll pick something else. But we on the board game rundown do love our shenanigans, and so when it comes time to play this game, the shenanigans do ensue. So
Yeah, you guys definitely don't take yourselves too seriously.
no, no, not at all. in fact.
For those that are new for the channel, new to the channel that are visiting us from Bob's channel, Board Game Rundown, hey, we would appreciate the thumbs and even subscribes from you new viewers. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in.
Yeah, any of you guys that can help Mike out over here, I'd really appreciate it. Let's show him some BGR love, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Every little bit helps. All right. My number 4. Man, this is just one of those games you can't play more than once. Like you have to play it. I believe the requirement is 3 times. And this one has been out so long. It funded on Kickstarter 13 days ago. So I mean, this one launched in February. We're talking
Oof.
ages ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about Dragon Scrolls. This
Nice.
game is so simple and so good. Um, you basically start with a really simple draft. You're gonna look at some cards. You're gonna choose which one goes to the person on the left, and then one that goes to the person on the right. And then you're gonna get cards from those same people, and you're going to pick one of them. You got 2 in front of you. You got one choice. Are you going to put that card in front of you in your tableau, or are you going to get rid of it, take your chance on the next card? Then you have to play that one. It's such an agonizing decision. And then the set collecting is so interesting because you've got not only these borders that you're trying to get matched up, some of them you do not want adjacent to each other's. At the same, the borders here, the emblems in the middle give you entirely different ways to score. Some of them you want very few of them; they're worth more if you have less, and others are worth more points if you have even numbers of them. And it plays in less than 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's so quick, it's so interesting every time I play it, and I
I still
just
have my
can't.
old copy of that laying around here.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. How
Well,
about
look how
that?
old and busted that is.
Dude,
Jeez.
yeah. I do that, but I kid. There's no dust on it. I play this game all the time.
Yeah, you obviously must carry that around everywhere.
I do.
But yeah, it's really a blast. This is one
Definitely an
an oldie
oldie,
but a
but a
goodie.
goodie.
If you haven't checked this game out yet,
Mhm.
um, you definitely should. And by should I mean wait till it fulfills or late pledge it. You can still late pledge. Um, they've had that late pledge open for like 14 years. It's nuts. But yeah, definitely late pledge. You get 3 games with it actually. You get Loom and you get Aye. Check it out.
Check it out. All right.
I guess that
Moving right
we're
along here, Mike.
already to number 3. Wow. I don't know if you've watched our show, Bob, but this thing doesn't typically end very
I'm gonna be honest. I never
quickly.
watch you.
Oh,
But yeah. So for my number 3, man, I can't remember the first time I played this game. It's been so long. But it left such a a lasting impression, and then we just played it and played it and played it again. And I'm talking about Rolling in Wonderland. I love a good like Alice in Wonderland type of game. This one has some really like awesome tracks. I love games with tracks on it. The crazy colors, fun components, and then just interesting mechanisms. And you're just trying to choose like, are you going to take a bunch of dice from one spot and fill up your card and be done? Are you going to slow play it and just take one die at a time from some of the smaller areas? This game is just really cool. And yeah, you guys, you really need to check this one out.
this looks great.
Yeah.
I love Alice in Wonderland. Um, the theme. Any game I've played with that in it, I've enjoyed. I love Chuck and Dice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Alice in Wonderland art needs to look weird to me.
Yeah.
Or at least to me, it looks best when it's weird. And this is weird. I love that caterpillar,
Mm-hmm. And not just for the hookah.
right? I am absolutely loving this art so much.
And I really enjoy games where you can, like I said, you're having those options to where you can just take, fewer big, massive turns, or you can take smaller turns and try to slow play it to see kind of what evolves from the board state as you're going each round. And this game does a lot of that. So
Nice. How long has this one been out?
man, I think it's been out since later in 2026. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't heard of this one then.
Oh yeah, yeah. Call your local game store and I start asking about it. So they should be able to get it in for you.
Nice. Okay. My number three. Um, yeah, this one I have been playing since New Year's Day.
Oh,
So yeah, we're
ages.
talking about like 92 days ago. No, I'm sorry, that's when it delivered. I played it several days after that. We're talking about Magical Athlete. Uh, it's this one just goes way back. You can really tell by the weird 80s art how old this game is. Um, but man, it is such a blast. It is see, hey, what's up, Dave? These are old games that are still good games. And you probably haven't seen him before. This is Bob from Board Game Rundown, first time guest
Hi,
on the show.
first time.
We're super stoked to have Bob from a real, like, serious channel, like
Legit.
Board Game Rundown. Yeah,
Yeah,
legit channel with a sponsor
with
and
a sponsor and
everything.
everything.
Yeah, so super
Hmm.
happy to have Bob here, and glad you guys are showing him
Nice to meet you too.
the rundown treatment in the chat. Um, Totally a reprint. Yes, I don't know when the original came out actually. But this game is so old that I
Oof.
played this January 1st of 2026. And
Yeah.
yeah, such a blast. Roll and move, roll a die,
Oof.
move that many spaces.
Classic
Like,
mechanism.
yep, that just tells you how old it is. But if that's all there was, if that's all there was, it wouldn't be that good, except that every single character has a crazy special ability that breaks the game.
Oh,
And when you start
okay.
comboing these together and ridiculous things are happening, like you get tripped anytime you pass the banana. So you pass him, you lay him down, you have to skip a
Mm.
turn, then stand him back up, and then he gets to go. The duelist is actually nuts. Whenever a racer shares my space, you can shout duel, and we roll our dice. Whoever rolls the highest moves to, and he wins ties. So just every single time somebody lands, this duel thing is happening. Before my main move, I can warp a racer to my space. You can imagine how ridiculous the hypnotist gets,
Hmm.
especially if somebody gets
Too far
way
ahead.
out in front and the hypnotist is in back, and then you move them to last place. It's nuts and it is so fun. I
With all
actually
the
like,
rolling and the moving.
yeah, I love the 3 player and under variant though, where you get to draft 2 racers per race. I love that. You
Yeah.
can technically, there's enough racers to do it at 4. Not
Hmm.
anymore though. I want to try that.
That's a big baby.
It is a very large baby. If you were to land on the space with the baby, you have to move back a space because it takes up its own space. This game's
Wonderful.
way better than it should be. And there's all those guys, and all of them have different abilities.
I believe
Magical
they call
Athlete,
it
a
asymmetrical
classic.
abilities. Yes.
Yeah, if you got in on it early, you probably would have gotten it like fourth quarter last year, but then the hype machine started and most people pre-ordered it on CYMK's website like I did, and ended up getting it like at the very end of December. So yeah, been around ages now.
Yeah. Oof.
You can tell just by looking at it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're just zipping right along to our number
Number
two.
two. Man, so this game played it a ton. It is so old. It launched on Kickstarter last week, I think it was. And I'm talking about Concrete Canvas. This game here, like, I mean, of course, we were one of the first ones to get our hands on this game, thanks to friends of the show, the Googs. Uh, he let us play this game. He got sent a copy to us, and man, the movement mechanisms, those puzzles involved with trying to move your dude around the subway. You're picking up these paints, and you're trying to complete these contracts. Oh, hey, look, there I am, right there. Cool, thanks.
Oh
It's me
wow.
and Tim. I don't know if you guys if you've met Tim yet, but he is one of my fellow co-hosts on the show. Um, and yeah, he sadly couldn't be with us today. There was a he had what's this nice way to say it? There was a death in the backyard of a multitude of rabbits, and he is overseeing the ceremonial processes involved when a couple of children realize that the baby rabbits in the yard have passed away. So I'm sure that's not a pleasant sight right now. But back to Concrete Canvas. I love the art style that's featured in this game, and it's all throughout the game. The minis look like that. The little paint pieces you're picking up. The on the campaign, they have the acrylic pieces that are available to get, and they look so cool. You can get pre-painted minis that you to use for your dudes, along with, and they also have like a little 8-inch statue that you get. It's an 8-foot statue, no, 8-inch statue that you can get, also in the same art style. And this was just a really fun game. It plays in like an hour. And I can definitely recommend this one as Tim and I played the bejesus out of it. So
Nice. Yeah, this art style looks I really like this.
mhm. Yeah, there's
Love
those
the look
deluxe
of this
bits.
one.
So you can get the regular minis, or you can get pre-painted ones. They're coming up as you continue to scroll down there.
Ah.
But even like the wooden ones are like silk screened with featuring the same art, and so
Oops.
they're pretty badass.
Keep scrolling down the wrong side here. This is an active campaign, so I figure, let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is
So you have all those subway cars, and they all have different like locations on them. So not only are you moving around and doing this contract fulfillment, but you're also doing like an area majority thing. Because as you pick these paints up, you're taking one of your little stickers and placing it into those slots, and then at the end of the game, your little crate that you have that you're carrying your paint in will flip over, and it's got like little locations for everything. And you're going to pull off all those little pieces and stack them up in the locations, and you're going to see who has the most for each location, and you're going to earn points for that as well. So it's a really neat blend of mechanisms, and it was a ton of fun to play.
yeah, I can see why this one yeah made your list here. This has been live at least 24 hours now, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yep.
this one, yeah.
Yeah, there's that big old statue there.
Oh, whoa. Oh, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, 8 inch. So that's
Wow.
right. 8 inches. That's what we tell them.
So, I'll see. There you go. You said you covered it and it's right there. How about
It's
that?
right there. Yep.
So everybody should go check out that video. Give Board Game Rundown the BGR bump
That's right.
and Yeah, go back concrete canvas.
Yep, it is. It is funded, so it is what we like to call safe. Um, and yeah, I got
Hmm,
funded in 4 hours. Yeah, 45, 60
yeah,
minute
how
playtime.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is definitely an oldie but a goodie. Yeah, you're right. It is what they like to say in the industry. You gotta have a safe word. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah, it's right.
yeah.
Very important.
All right. So here's another one. This is not quite the oldest game on the list, but it is close.
Ooh, okay.
It is close because this has been out for 79 whole days now. So I mean, we're talking we jumped in the Wayback Machine and went to the first quarter of 2026. Because we're talking about Goats and Goblins
Oh
from BA
wow, yeah.
Games. This is such a great push your luck game. Basically, one person is the cave leader, and they're in, and they're gonna tell everybody how many cards they're gonna pull, or dive into the cave to try to find some goodies. Everybody else is going to decide if they're in or out, and then based on the number of cards they're going to draw. So if they say they're going to draw 6 cards, everybody decides. Then we start revealing cards one at a time. As soon as you draw a sum of 3 K or more cave-in cards, the expedition fails. Everybody that's out gets to divvy up the goods, and everybody that's in is stuck in the cave. So too bad. But if they succeed, then the ones who are still in get to divvy up the goods, and the cave leader gets to decide who gets what. Uh, it's so great. I think the other thing that's great about this is that everybody starts with these push 2 cards, and you can force the cave leader to draw additional cards. So maybe they end up drawing 6 cards and there's 2 cave-ins, and you push 2 and they then reveal the third one, and now all the people that are in are out and you are taking all of the spoils. But then you can flip votes too. So that may happen. And then somebody else says, oh, nope, you're actually in and we're out and we're going to take the goodies again. Thank you very much. There's so much chaotic stuff that can happen. I love how you're pushing other people's luck. Lots of player interaction, tons to do on your when it's not your turn. You're just always involved in every turn. It does not matter who's the cave leader. You're always playing, and it is a blast for the 20 minutes that it takes to play this game.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're lucky enough to get your hands on that deluxe copy, I mean, the box is awesome. The coins are awesome. Like, there's just so much cool about that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Das Goats.
indeed. And you know, I've heard great things about BA Game too. So
Oh yeah, Sam. He's also a friend of the show. He's been on our channel
wow.
before. Yep, he's a great guy. So
Nice. We should hit him up sometime and maybe have him on our show sometime.
good luck.
All right. So in board game rundown form, we are zooming through this list because we're on number one in less than 40 minutes. It may be a record.
Got to be some kind of a record.
It's number one.
All right. So for my number one, I had to go with. I had to find something that I obviously have played a ton, that I enjoy abundantly, that's got artwork, famous artwork, easily recognizable. And I ended up going with Unpublished Prototype, featuring the amazing artwork of Noah Majiavable. Uh, it's fantastic. Like, if you get a chance to sit down and play an unfinished prototype, do it, because you're not going to get a chance to experience that a whole lot in your life. And I can't tell you the amount of fun that I have had sitting down and playing unfinished prototypes, and it's great. And the artwork with no image avable, it just really evokes that raw emotion of not finished, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and the artwork is a lot of times really thematic in those too, like the decisions of using a blue ink pen or a
right,
red Sharpie, or
yeah,
switching it up and using a blue and a red Sharpie on the same like cut up piece of construction paper. Just genius.
yeah. Do I slide a piece of paper in a sleeve over a Magic card? Do I slide a piece of paper in a sleeve over a Pokemon card? Like there's just so many options for cards,
Yeah.
uh, that it's really limitless.
Yeah. Just I love the plain white backgrounds. It's so minimalistic,
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah. You want to like read the card to explain the card, but oftentimes you can't. So you have to ask the designer what the heck he means. Um,
yeah.
or maybe you're trying to just to take that prototype and break it, and try to crack the code of that game.
Mhm.
And yeah,
No, there's definitely something fun about being involved about something that's not finished,
hmm,
and being able to give feedback that may get implemented into the finished game,
yeah,
and knowing that maybe that game won't get published, and you're one of like a few people that got a chance to play it.
yep.
Um, you know,
There was an unfinished prototype that I played. This is before Board Game Rundown, or we might have just been starting. So I'm talking like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And I don't really want to say it in case like I can talk to the guy and maybe be like, are you gonna do something with this game or not? But like the title of the game was so clever, the mechanisms were super clever, and I unfortunately that like gaming group like fell apart, and so they have one published game already, and it's called We All Hate Your Effing Friend. I'm not sure if you've played that or not, but it's all like everybody has a friend that other the rest of the group doesn't like, and so everybody has these cards, and you're playing these cards, kind of hand shedding, and it's basically like against well, nobody likes your friend because he eats Cheetos while he plays cards, so you play that down, and like somebody's gonna like gain points or draw cards, and so that's like the game, and they started making another game, but then unfortunately that group broke up probably because of their fucking friend, and yeah, so now I'm not sure this other game is gonna make it, but I mean this was fantastic, and like I said, like to your point of you can play these games, you can make suggestions, they may or may not get taken, and it might not even be published, and then you have these experiences that you get to talk about that like no one else unfortunately will get to experience.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then when they do get published and you get to see the finished version, and you played it when it was just handwriting,
yeah,
and then you see it with actual art and linen cards and deluxe components.
yeah,
It's really cool to see that happen.
for sure.
Okay. This one might be a little polarizing.
Uh-oh.
In fact, the ratings on it are very polarizing on it. This game has been out, well, it's been out so long that you'll have to wait a couple months to pledge for it on GameFound. So
Oh,
we're going, yeah, we're going way back to a
the
pledge
future.
manager that you'll be dealing with later this year. And we're talking about Concordia Special Edition. This is a reprint of a very little known game, kind of a hidden gem, sort of why they're reprinting it. And this Polish publisher I'm not familiar with. I think it's pronounced Awaken Realms. But
Realms.
uh, Awaken Realms.
Yes.
They're reprinting this hidden gem Concordia. I don't really know much
Never
about
played it.
it. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even really sure why they're reprinting it. Look how bad the ratings are. Like, this are they going to lose money on this?
Ooh, for
Like, they're making a whole
4.8.
bunch.
My
Yeah, they're making a whole
goodness.
bunch of miniatures for a reprint of a game, and like people already hate it.
Yeah.
But
Goodness.
no, I do think the totally human made, 100% human made artwork here really shines, especially in the chest area. No, I mean literally, it is actually shiny
Mm.
on her
You
chest.
got that linen finish going on, or maybe a satin
Uh,
feel.
yeah, hopefully this is a good game because you know, but man, I mean, for a work in progress here, man, whoever did like
The mock-up.
all of these brush strokes to, like paint this on canvas, just
Is that
wow.
acrylic or is that oil paints?
I think it's watercoloring.
Oh, is it watercoloring?
I'm no expert, yeah, but just yeah, truly amazing. Who
It's
actually
like
did
somebody
the
just said, show me a picture of a lady holding grapes," and
no, I
Michelangelo
mean every
descended from the heavens,
yeah.
and
Man, you're so right. I mean, that tells you exactly what this game is all about, too. It's all about I think it's about trading in the Mediterranean, which makes
ooh,
perfect
novel.
sense
Yeah,
to have um, you know, this woman here holding fruit in
yeah.
front of a villa. But yeah, it looks like Awaken Realms was so proud of their artists that they decided not to name them, which is a little
Huh.
weird. A little weird. You'd think they'd want to give them credit.
Well,
So,
I wonder if that's no homage à Vable. He's just trying to,
oh,
you know,
of
it's like
course it is.
sometimes, they're so famous. Sometimes, like, you know what, just have this one. Don't put me on it. I don't want to detract, from the gameplay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this one really is an oldie. I mean, look, all these people have like already played the game and know
Wow, it
how
looks like you
good
either
it is.
really like this game or you really hate it. Look at
Yeah,
those ratings.
yeah. I mean, and oh, it's not. Well, that's weird. They got their name backwards. It's Image Avable, not Avable Image AI. Or do they just call
Oh,
him Al by
Avable
nickname?
Amage.
Is his nickname
Okay.
Al? Huh. Al. Wow, this guy really doesn't like Al's art.
Wow.
Jeez.
Kind of rude.
Yeah. It's we need
Is
to
this a
tell him it's
page for rating the
Image.
art, or is it a game? Are you supposed to rate the actual gameplay?
Well, I thought you were supposed to use this site to rate the gameplay,
Okay.
right?
I don't know. What site is that?
Why That's well, it's BGG. It's just strange that so many people are rating a game just based on Al's art. I didn't know
Yeah.
people disliked Al so much.
Yep.
Wow.
He can be a polarizing character, that one.
I
Love him or
guess.
hate him.
I thought it was Image Avable. Maybe it was Avable Image, and we've been like saying his name backwards this whole
Well,
time.
it's kind of like Spanish where, you put the adjective after the noun instead of the noun before the adjective. And so you did say Polish, right? So that's just how they do it there.
Oh, like they do their calendars. They put their day before the month.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It all makes sense now.
Wow. Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
Yep.
Man, some of these people just hate the owl slop. Crazy. Anyway, that's my number one Concordia special edition, an
Nice.
oldie, but a goodie.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So, man,
so
should
typically on the board game rundown, Mike, we like to kind of give a run through of our list. Are you cool to do that here?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Should I go first again, or
Yes.
okay? So for my number 5, I did Beach Day, followed by number 4, Fairy Tale Campaign Trail. Number 3 was Rolling in Wonderland. Number 2, the classic Concrete Canvas. And number 1, the unpublished prototype featuring the art of No Image Avable or Avable Image to all my Polish friends.
Yeah. All right, my number 5 is Hard Drive. Been on Kickstarter for a whole 8 days. Number 4, Dragon Scrolls, which funded 13 days ago. Number 3, Magical Athlete, which delivered to my house just a whole 92 days ago. Number 2, Goats and Goblins, which fulfilled a whole 79 days ago. And my number 1, which you will be able to back on GameFound sometime in the second or third quarter of this year, Concordia Special Edition by No Image Avable.
Nice.
It's a really great list, Bob. I assume you didn't just have 5 though. You got some
I
honorable
did have some extras.
Okay,
So funny enough, Dragon Scrolls was on my list of extras
nice.
as well. Yep.
Oh wow, they sent you a copy too?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yours has been lugged everywhere. That's right.
this is true. I had Edge Quest, which was a very interesting game of fencing, where you would like have these fully articulable type of like characters with swords, and then depending on what position you are in, would lead you to your other positions as you were fighting. The whole board is magnetic, so your fencers can stand up and not fall over. This was a very cool and very interesting game that we played back in the day. And then I had Dungeon Diners, another game published by a friend of the show, Sam Stockton and BA Games. However, the first not original design that they are putting out. In Dungeon Diners, you are groups of adventurers pulling your sled into this dungeon to kill monsters so that you can take them back to towns and eat them because they are in high demand because they are very delicious. This was a great game. Oh, see? Boom. Look at that. No Image Avable. The dude's everywhere.
Wow.
Dude is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep. But this one was another fantastic game.
Also, we're fortunate that there's no owl slop on this one either. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. And then the last one I had on here was Digging for Dinos. And this one is so old, you'll be buying it straight to retail soon.
Yeah, can we delete that? It's like he's a mind reader. Because one of my honorable mentions is Cattywampus.
Oh, nice.
This game, this one is going straight to retail, so you don't even have to mess with a pledge manager, which is great. In this game, you are going to be given like a verb and an adjective, some goofy words, not those kind of words. Like let's say drooling and dinosaur, and then one person draws one half of the drooling dinosaur and the other person draws the other half of the drooling dinosaur without looking at what the other person draws, and then you're going to match those drawings together and see if people can get both of the words. It's crazy. It's hilarious. You can't play this game without laughing. And I've heard that the guy that made this game is a really good dude. So
agreed.
What else do I got? I've got Jump Masters. This has been out so long that you can late pledge it. This has been out so long that you can late pledge it now from Chip Theory Games, and got some really fantastic Manny Tremblay art, which I'm a huge fan of. He even co-designed this Wow, there's no pictures of the board at all.
We
Uh,
covered this at Board Game Rundown, did we not?
oh wow. Yeah, I don't remember if I watched that video. Man, that's crazy. You'd think I would remember that since I
You would
absorb all
think.
your guys' content.
Yeah.
But it's basically like you're building an asymmetric. You get to draft these characters that have abilities and they synergize off of each other, and how they are represented on the board is with dice. And these dice, that reflects your hit point. That's his max hit point. They all start at 1, but you can jump over your own characters and they increase their hit points. However, whatever their max hit point is, if you kill them, that's how many points you get in a race to, I believe, 30 points. You can play this 2 to 4 players. Lots of asymmetry. You can build your teams and try to like synergize your guys together. Some of them hit range, some of them will hit adjacent after they've moved. Just some kind of cool tactical team building and kind
It's like a
of
more tactical checkers.
yeah, yeah, or like Chinese checkers almost. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, it's interesting. I hadn't seen anything quite with the like jumping over others to increase their hit points mechanic, and there's some healing in there, and it is a pretty good time. Um, I got another one. This one's almost like so old that I like almost shouldn't even talk about it. I mean, because this came out in Gen Con last year, and
Oof.
when you're talking about board games, I mean, that's like a whole generation ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, Gen Con last year, that was 244 days ago. That's the just like, I mean, seriously, it's eons.
How'd you know that?
I'm well, there's a thing called OWL, and you can use it to tell you stuff like that. He's really smart. I just asked Al.
But yeah, is he pretty
Um
smart?
my preferred yeah, my Al, I actually call him Claude.
Okay.
But yeah.
Does he use his
But
algorithm?
yes, it does. But yeah, tag team. Don't know if you're familiar with this one. It's been out like so long. This is another game I can't play just once. You build your team with 2 characters. They each have 10 individual cards, one starting card. You're gonna order those cards in the order you want, and then you're gonna play 2 cards that first round. Each player plays simultaneously, and the cards resolve simultaneously, and you're attacking each other, and you're trying to KO one of the other person's fighters. When you do that, you win. Uh, that would be really simple if that's all it was, but after every round, you draw 3 cards, you pick one card, and you're going to put that somewhere into your current deck, and that's going to change the order of resolution. And so you're trying to game the other player and put timely blocks in, timely attacks in, timely heals in there. There's special abilities. There's ways that you can kind of level up your character through their different progression, and certain cards will hit stronger the more they go up their individual tracks. It's such a really clever system. I can't wait for the expansion this year. Yeah, that one's already old news. Like there's people that have already played that like hundreds of times. But yeah, I people have like long forgotten about this game because it came out last year. It's so old. But I felt like it needed to be brought up again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a really good game. I'm not really sure it fits the theme, but sure.
Uh, so there you go. There's our oldies but goodies, and you just got an entire list with an intro, 5 games apiece, and honorable mentions with a rundown in under 60 minutes.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, at Board Game Rundown, we like to keep things tight.
Yeah, that's I've noticed that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I Yeah, I definitely appreciate that you don't have like any host that will just sit there and just go on
Ramble
and
for
on
4
and
hours.
on
Yeah.
forever. Yes, I hate watching some of those shows where like one person just keeps talking to try to impress their guests, and like it
Hmm.
goes like so. I'm cashed out way before then.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely appreciate that about you
Yeah.
guys.
Not a problem, man. We try to give the audience what they want.
That's yeah, that's really all that matters. Like if you don't have viewers, you don't have a channel, right? Like
That's right.
I mean, sure, there's some people that do it just for the love of the game, I guess. You know, they
Hmm.
just enjoy doing it.
It's like
Um
it's like if nobody subscribes, do I still have an OnlyFans? Yes.
apparently you're the only fan. uh so
Yeah.
uh nice. So you know what, Bob? I feel bad like at the front of the show, I didn't even like give you a chance to like every time we invite guests onto our show,
Hmm.
we always want to give them a chance to like promote their channel, and you know the
Sure.
audience gets to know them a little bit, and especially like this your first appearance as a guest
Hmm.
on Board Game Rundown. I feel like our viewers probably want to like get to know you a little bit. So I mean, what originally got you into gaming? Like when was that? Who was that? What games were those?
Well, I mean, like gaming in general. I mean, I've been doing that since I was young. We played lots of different card games growing up, different types of like Rummy, Pinochle. There's a game called Book that's very similar to that game, Mythical Dice, you might have heard of. Older game, came out long ago. Um, and then, and then in like late junior high to high school, I started getting into like role playing games and more video games and whatnot. And then high school proper, I was into TCGs. Magic the Gathering was huge. Started playing a ton of that. Played that into college, along with some more role playing games. And it wasn't until the early 2000s that started hanging out more with Tim, and he introduced me to the world of board games. Him and his sister, uh, and then we played. One of the ones that kind of blew my mind was Defenders of the Realm, and because it was very fantasy based, and with all of my fantasy games I played kind of growing up, and this is like this co-op game where we're working together. It's almost like playing D&D without like all of the paperwork, and it was fantastic, and I was hooked ever since that. And then I started to learn about Euros and like those grand strategy types of games, and it's just, I love those types of things. I've always been fascinated with like World War II, so like Axis and Allies, because like Risk to me kind of felt like people would invoke the same types of strategies. There wasn't a lot of variance and whatnot, and then I got hit with the Axis and Allies, and that blew my mind. Well, I should say the newer versions. So I played the older versions, but a lot of the mechanisms and rules seemed unbalanced, and it really needed reworked. That's why I was thankful that they did start reworking some of those, and now they got newer versions out. Then yeah, just got really big into the board game hobby. Then started going to Geekway of the West quite a bit when it was small, and now it's kind of gotten huge. I haven't gone since COVID, but that was a big catalyst for me to really start expanding my repertoire as far as the board games go. And then Tim asked me if I wanted to be on a YouTube show, and I was extremely hesitant at first. I had a slightly traumatic experience in front of a camera back in elementary school, and getting in front of another camera didn't seem like a very good idea. But I've kind of worked past that, and I've enjoyed it ever since. And man, wouldn't trade the time doing this for anything.
What was the traumatic experience when you were a kid, and what got you over it?
Um, so in I think it was fifth grade, and in fourth grade, but we had to get in front of the class and do a poem. And I knew my poem inside out. It was a Shel Silverstein. I couldn't tell you exactly which one it was at this point in time, but I remember it being Shel Silverstein. And I didn't know, but they were going to be putting up a camera. And back in the day, the VHS, recorders were not small or easy to hide or whatever. And they set that thing down in front of me, and I froze up in front of the class, started crying. Like, it was not a good time at all.
What
And
grade was
then
it?
what's that?
What grade?
It was like fourth or fifth grade. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was fifth grade. But so it was like not young enough to where crying in front of everybody was okay, but it wasn't like so like junior high, high school where it was like whoa. But it was just old enough to where you're getting to that point where like you
Mhm.
feel embarrassed, right? And
Mhm.
then at first, like I didn't really look at the camera. Like when we started doing the show, I spent a lot of the time just kind of like looking off to the side or just kind of like looking towards Tim as he was like talking and whatnot. And then at the studio, like, as you know, we got like the monitor so we could see what the camera would see. And I spent a lot of time just looking at that. And now it's doesn't matter so much. So just got, kind of baby stepped it a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah.
That is that is kind of wild how we came from almost completely opposite spectrums to get to this point. Um, I wanted to be like I wanted to call like baseball games or basketball games when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think my parents put me into sports because they knew if I wasn't doing something I'd get into trouble. And they were probably right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just constantly played sports when I was a kid. That's all I did. So that I became obsessed with sports. I still am. Even though I'm out of shape and I'm not as good at them anymore. But there's some that exist where you don't have to be in shape, thank goodness. So anyway, I wanted to like call games or do so I like being on camera always interested me just from that standpoint. And in high school, me and my buddies made our own sketch comedies that we recorded with a VHS tape because we're going way back. We're talking, mid 90s. And like that was the thing I wanted to do. And then I went to school and wanted to learn how to get on TV. I learned how to edit and write speeches and be in front of people. And it was always kind of something I felt like I should be doing in some way or another, I guess. And then
Mm-hmm.
this thing happened. So kind of wild.
Yeah.
Kind of wild.
Crazy.
Um, I'll tell you a story. So it's funny, I don't really tell a lot of stories on here. I had something traumatic happen to me when I was a kid, and I will tell you what got me over it. I used to hate needles or shots. Like for decades of my life, I refused shots or any kind of anything like that. And it was because back in kindergarten when you had to get your MMR vaccination and you didn't have a choice, we all got them and it didn't spread. Weird, I know, weird concept. Um, but when I got that, I remember I got this old mean nurse, and I felt like she slammed that thing into my shoulder and I just started
Next.
screaming and crying and like I think even somebody else popped open the door because they thought something like catastrophic was happening, and my mom's trying to calm me down, and I think she was even getting pissed at the nurse that jammed the thing in my arm because I am just screaming at the top of my lungs. So for years, just hated shots, hated getting blood drawn. Wouldn't even watch movies or TV shows that showed a needle going into someone's skin. Could not stand it until 3 or 4 years ago. I go to get my blood taken out, and I say to this lady, I really hate this, by the way. I'm just going to let you know. She's like, well, that's normal. Everybody hates this. It's the ones that like it that are the weird ones.
Yeah. I was told the same thing.
Like it just blew my mind. Like I've not had an issue, no issues. I'll look at it hanging out of my arm and even like flex my arm and see it wiggling in my skin. That stuff used to freak me out. And I'm somebody that watched horror movies from like the time I was like 5, 6 years old. I watched super gory films when I was a kid, heads getting cut off, faces of death. I was watching that when I was like 7 or 8. No issues with gore, but you stick a needle in somebody, especially it starts sucking blood out of their arm. I could not deal with that for decades. Finally got over that a few years back.
Nice.
There you go. There's your story hour on
Yeah.
Board Game Rundown.
If you wouldn't mind though, Mike, I would like to plug. We do have a bunch of videos coming out, some more reviews that we have that we've done. We will eventually be getting to our top 20 to finish up our top 100 of 2025. As you know, because you're watching now, or maybe you're watching on the replay, but this Whiskey Wednesday can be watched live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's real time. Every Wednesday, the Board Game Rundown goes live. And I appreciate you making time for me to come on today. It was really appreciated.
So, what about? Do you guys have? Are you guys active on social media
Socials.
or any of that
Yeah,
stuff?
absolutely. Thank you. We have an extremely active Discord. You can find us on there where we talk about what's coming up on the Whiskey Wednesday shows, other board games, miscellaneous types of topics. There's a bunch of different categories in there. Talk about all types of things. We do have an Instagram where this semi-professional guy likes to make reels and put things out there for people to watch. We also have a Facebook, and you can watch the stream on Twitch. It would be nice to grow that Twitch community. It's a little trickier, but if you do have an Amazon Prime, you can watch for free. I think they put ads in there once in a while you're watching. But if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, if you're paying for that already, you get one free Twitch stream that you can subscribe to for free. And basically, you can give the Board Game Rundown Jeff Bezos' money. I mean, doesn't that sound amazing? I mean, like, you know what? He doesn't need all that money. Board Game Rundown could use a little bit of that. Just a little, you know.
Yep, that's
So yeah, you can go to, I think it's Prime, and just go to Twitch subscriptions. I'm not sure the URL, but if you kind of like click around on there, you'll find where you can like add a Twitch subscription, and then you would add the Board Game Rundown to it, and that'd be much appreciated if you could do.
That's a really good point. That Jeff Bezos doesn't need more money.
Correct. I checked.
Because if he had more money, I think he'd make his new wife's lips even bigger, which isn't good for anybody.
It's not good for anybody involved.
So you're doing them a favor.
That's right.
By subscribing to the Board Game
Save
Rundown
them
Twitch.
from themselves.
Yeah. Correct.
It was funny. Somebody sent me a video about it was a congressperson interviewing the CEO of I think it was Boeing, how he got like he makes like $32 million a year or something like that. He got a 45% increase on his raise in 1 year. And the people in his company, like the machinists, were only got like a 1% raise. And it's like, oh, Luigi, where are you?
What's up, Sam?
What is up?
That reminds me. I'm gonna go ahead, Bob. I know this is a bit late, but do you mind if I add another honorable mention?
Oh, does it fit the topic?
It does fit the theme. This game has been around forever, and when I mean forever, yeah, I don't even actually know. Looks like 2026. You'll be able to back this one on Kickstarter later this year.
Okay.
Definitely fits the theme, oldie but goodie. We're talking about Button Kingdoms.
Nice.
This is a really great deck builder where there's a lot of player interaction here because you're actually trying to eliminate the other player's hit points. As soon as one person dies, the game ends, you tally up points. It's based on, and Sam, this is actually how we've been doing the whole show. So it's totally right on theme. Just FYI, if you're just tuning in, all of our oldies but goodies, most of them are currently on Kickstarter or recently.
Yeah, except it's your frickin' 2025 Gen Con release. What the hell was that?
Yeah, I know that one. Probably too new for this list. But yeah, great player interaction here. It's a deck builder,
Mhm.
really interesting market mechanic where you don't have to wait for people to look over every card and pay the card cost. You actually get to secretly put out how much your what people have to pay for the card, and then they're going to buy it from the person that put the lowest price down. So there's an ebb and flow of the money in this game. So it kind of has an interesting push and pull. But yeah, great game though. When this hits Kickstarter later this year, you have to check it out. Button Kingdoms, I'm a huge fan.
That is an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, yeah, I've been playing this since like last year.
Yeah.
So, um,
I think we played this at a convention together.
uh, actually, I lied. I've been playing this one since 2024. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yep. Goes way back.
Way back.
Uh, just FYI, Sam, Concrete Canvas was one of our picks if you're just now tuning in. So right on theme there. So um yeah, good times. Bob, do you have any fun stories about like things that happen because of the channel or board game stories that are either like interesting or funny?
Um, I mean, not necessarily like specifically. I really just I would like to say the awesome people I've gotten to meet from doing this show. Like, yeah, my group of friends around here is great, right? We play games, we hang out, we bullshit. But like, I have met some of the most phenomenal people through board games, and like I said, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like all of our friends from Canada, all of our friends from New York, all of our friends from Ohio, all of our Latter Day Saint friends, right? Like I've made two. I never had any before, and so it was awesome to meet two like awesome people and find. It's just I just love the group hug that it provides. Like this huge umbrella that covers so many people from so many different walks of life, from all over the world. Like Steph, our buddy in friggin' China. Like it's crazy, like how
Mhm.
this channel has expanded my world and my circle of people I call friends, and I love it. So
Um, that's a really good point. I have to agree with everything you said. Definitely have had the opportunity to meet a lot of people that I would otherwise probably never get to like know and
mm-hmm,
interact with if I was just like a dude. Like
mm-hmm.
sure, I could easily go find those people at a convention and meet them at their booth, but it's definitely different when there's like a mutually beneficial relationship of like I like your game and I want to play your game because it's fun, but
Mm-hmm.
also yes, because I like your game, I'll show it to and tell other people
Yeah,
about
I
it
want to
because
tell the people about your game because it's
I
awesome.
think they deserve to know about it because it's
Mm-hmm.
fun and more people should play it. There's definitely something really cool about those relationships. Um and yeah, some of the convention experiences have really been awesome. I think it's really fun playing, having a chance to meet some of the people that actually watch the show.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like you're no different. Like this is who I am on a normal basis. If you
yeah.
meet me in person, if you like the person on camera, you're gonna like the person in person too. And so
Uh,
it's like we've got a mutual interest here. Let's play some games. We're gonna have some fun.
One of my weirdest, I don't want to say out of body experience, but like imposter syndrome uh, situations that ever happened to me. I was helping out BA Games. I was in between teaches of Forges, and I was just kind of sitting there waiting for everybody else to show up. And this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Tell me why I like this game." He's like, "This is my YouTube history." Shows me his phone, and he's going through his like his watch history, and it's all board game rundown stuff. And like, I don't know this guy from Adam. I have no idea who this person is. Apparently, he's watched a bunch of our shows, and he wants to know why this would be a good game for him. And like, it was just so kind of like surreal. I was just like, this dude watched our show. Like, how weird is that? It's like, I don't know. It's crazy to me still. Like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I don't think I've had one actually like that. I mean, sure, we've definitely met a lot of people that watch the show and now they're like friends of the show, actually. Like, hey, if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be at a convention where we're at, we know we're gaming, and it's not like an interaction with someone I haven't met yet. You know what I mean? But there have been lots of those that have happened over the years that have just continued and grown since then,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah,
Is that is that it, Bob? Is that it for tonight?
man, it
I feel
seems
like it doesn't
early,
have
but
to be.
huh?
I feel like it doesn't have to be. And I'm also just gonna at this point ask you if you want to stay in character.
Well, I mean, it's kind of nice to get interviewed once in a while,
Uh, I know. I was trying to come up with some other interview questions, but I was sort of like there should have been more in there, but and they should have been at the beginning, but
they should have. I did throw the commercial a little early, but
it
yeah,
definitely it caught me a little off guard and I didn't expand on the interview part like I wanted to. I
sure.
definitely wanted to interview Bob longer than I did.
Well, you can always, go in there and use your editing magic to take the interview part and stick it back at the beginning.
I don't know if you can edit live after it goes up. I don't think I could and then put it on the video side of the channel. There'd
There
be
you
two
go.
different versions. Uh there we go. We'll double our views that way. I
There
swear.
you
We'll
go.
just
Double dip.
reclip. I know. If I had only been smart like other channels who use Owl to clip their live shows and put out funny little 10-second segments, but I'm not that smart or more motivated, I guess.
Hmm. So it's cool to use Al to do those types of clips, but just don't use them for your board game artwork.
Apparently so. In fact, I saw a lot of people that were using Owl for their April Fool's jokes that they were posting, and nobody had any issue about that because it was
Hmm.
funny. I
Was
guess.
wait? So today was April Fool's Day.
Yes, it today was actually
Hmm.
April Fool's.
And didn't make the connection.
Yeah.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Didn't make the connection.
Well, yeah, I thought you would have caught that one, Bob, since you're a longtime listener, first time caller.
That's right. Well done.
Oh, good stuff. Um, well, at this point, we pretty much have officially broken character. Yeah, so Bob was my guest for tonight. He was the mystery guest. And none of these games are old.
What?
The oldest one was from Gen Con last year, and Bob shamed me for choosing one that was released last year,
That's right.
two games last year. I actually, in my research, I was actually struggling to get more. We actually said beforehand the newer the better, and unreleased would be even funnier. And I was actually going through and I was struggling to find like unreleased ones because, well, unfortunately, I haven't been in studio as much lately for various reasons. And I was like, dang, how far I even started just going through my actual plays, and I'm like, man, I didn't even get in on very many previews here lately. Um, so I went back all the way to like Gen Con last year and like just as far as plays in chronological order, and I wasn't finding a lot of previews. So I sort of sucked on finding the unreleased stuff. How did you end up? Because Rolling in Wonderland was like perfect. That was my favorite pick. I loved that game. That game was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I was pretending I hadn't played any of these with my rating of an 8.5 and my logged play on the screen. Um, but how did you end up finding yours? Did you just go through like what your played games or?
Yeah, I just went to my BG stats and started kind of scrolling back. Well, I knew I wanted like a lot of them were by memory, right? Well, Concrete Canvas, that was a recent play. It was still on
Yep,
Kickstarter. Beach
didn't get to
Day,
play.
was a recent one. Fairy
Wow.
Tale Campaign Show, we're literally talking to the folks at Parakeet Griffin
Yeah.
right now about getting our copies. So those were
Well
easy.
done.
But the unpublished prototype was actually, I don't want to say a recent pick, but it was like the last one on my list. And I was like, oh, yes. How about just like,
Uh-huh.
yes. So, and I wanted to have Noah Mage Avable on there. He definitely deserved a shout out.
Yeah, that one fulfilled. Here, I'll find
Fulfilled
here,
it.
I'll find that one. That one definitely did fulfill. Published by Bella's Intent, who brought you an age contrived. You
It
can still late
funded. It's
pledge
not
for this,
fulfilled.
so
Yeah.
that's cool. Um, and yeah, this oh, he just did an update here last month. Oh, he's saying Pledge Manager is closed. But you know what? I find if you want to pledge a game and it allows you to do it, even if there's been communication that it's not, they're gonna if they haven't sent it to the printers yet, they'll print another game for sure. So if you want this game, you can. I think you can still late pledge.
I mean, I just try to click on add to pledge or add to pledge, and it would be.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Dang, that
maybe
sucks. I really
not.
would like a deluxe copy of that game too.
Yeah, I didn't end up backing it, unfortunately. Oh wow, he changed up this art quite a bit. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they changed. Okay, they kept the really fun character art, but the backs of the tokens are massively updated. These player boards are a lot nicer. Wow. Yeah, this game was great, by the way, guys. So yeah, highly recommend checking this one out. Really good dice combos. And like Bob said, it's do you want to take a bunch of quick little turns with your dice, or do you just want to have like one huge turn for the round? It's kind of one of those. Um, really good. This was the original artwork here. I'm not sure that I actually love this background for the rule book, but yeah, but in general, yeah, that's a bummer. I clicked late pledge and it doesn't look like it's still available. So
Mm.
no, you can't add it. Bummer. But um yeah, I mean, wow, standard edition for 39 bucks. In this day and age, that's a steal. I'll just say it right now.
Yeah.
That's this was a really solid medium weight dice placement game with tracks and fun art and yeah, I thought it was really well done. Highly suggest checking this out. They're saying August of 2026. Okay, nice. Yeah, definitely check this one out. Wow, even a deluxe for 79. Not bad. Yeah, this was a good pick. I can't believe I forgot about this one. Oh, and he's got pins. I know what I'll be getting the next time I see them in a booth.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because this is the same company that did
An
Age
age contrived.
Contrived. Yeah.
Yes, I did say that, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry, I
What's
wasn't
up,
listening.
Evan? Um, man,
Evan.
honestly, we're sort of just killing time and we're
Right.
basically done at this point.
Speaking of awesome people that we've met because of the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. We knew you before the show, so
Yeah, Evan, we've met him because of the show. We've met Sam because of the show.
Evan gave me
Tony
free
because of the
healthcare
show.
after
Oh, I
after
know what
after
else I
Mike
was
broke
gonna
my
say.
shoulder. Huh?
I remember the other thing I was gonna say, and I'm just letting these pins sort of cycle because I'm loving these and I gotta get some. Um, we actually had, I've had this happen twice now. We have had viewers send us games. Coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like, love you guys for that. Um, Not going to name any names or anything. But you know who you are, and we appreciate you. That is one of the coolest things that has happened because of the show is viewers sending us games because they're awesome people. So
Hmm.
love it. I'm loving these pens. Oh my gosh, check out the caterpillar.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that mustache
god.
is a thing of beauty.
Oh my god. Again, I'm still showing Rolling in Wonderland. Fulfills in August. Get this game. It was really fun.
It was really good.
And Evan, our April Fool's Whiskey Wednesday here was we had a mystery guest. Bob was our guest. And our oldies but goodies were all games that either came out last year or are on Kickstarter or have not fulfilled yet. Hence, Rolling in Wonderland, which fulfills later this year. So there you go. Tim had to attend a funeral.
5 technically.
Yeah, right. Uh,
5 deaths in a funeral. I don't know. Is that sounds like
yeah, and apparently it's I guess in rabbit culture their funerals are longer, way
right?
longer than human funerals.
And you can't put them in a mass grave. You got to do individual,
Oh
ceremonies.
wow. I wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I uh no. I also have heard that you have to dig their graves 10 feet deep instead of 6.
Or they'll just like come back for you.
Yeah.
Where do you think the rabbit from Monty Python came from?
Yeah, that is a prime example of a rabbit that was only in a 6-foot grave.
Yep.
So
Didn't do it
yeah,
proper.
you got to go 10 feet deep minimum, minimum, not even a fraction of an inch less. So yeah, uh, we're really just stretching this as much as possible right now because even an hour and a half feels pretty short. Although I know one of the ones I missed where you guys were doing what you played lately, that was less than an hour. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I think I was like 56 minutes. I was amazed.
Yep.
Amazed.
I tend to try to keep things moving.
I hear what you mean.
It's not like I sometimes when you got Tim on here, I got a thing for that. Where is it?
Oh,
Where is
yes. Yeah.
it?
Yeah, and we're not talking about contraception.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of that. I couldn't think of that word for a second there. I almost said, I don't know, some of their long C word. All right. We probably should wrap it up though. Like we have literally stretched it about as long as we could have. We probably should have done 10, but we
Yeah, I guess the
knew.
two of us who do 10 is a little quicker.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Even when there's 3 of us and there's no guest, a lot of times we'll do 10, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys got a kick out of it. We kept the shtick on pretty well. I mean, that was like an hour and 10 minutes of absolute pure sarcasm laid on as thick as we could lay it. And I enjoyed myself. Hopefully everybody else did. I thought it was a blast. So I know
Good
Tim
times. Good times.
really wished that um he could have joined this one. He loves this kind of stuff. So I think that's probably going to wrap it up for us then. Thanks everybody that watched. Make sure you give the board game rundown bump,
I appreciate
and
it.
go like all their socials. Their stuff is in the description. Oh man, Evan, it's still one of my all-time favorite games. Hey, there we go. Tony appreciated the performance. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I try to switch these up when I can. Then sometimes I get lazy and I keep the same one up. We're soon to be doing our top 20. It's in there, I'll tell you that. And it has been every year. I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. I think it's a 10 out of
Yeah.
It's a 10 out of 10 game. It's elegant. It plays fast. It has player interaction. It plays up to 5. It
It's
just
the only one I rated a 10 out of 10, but I really shouldn't have because of the color issues I have. It should have been a 9.5, but yeah.
um yeah, medium, economic, just yeah, lots of great things going for it. I think it's phenomenal and underrated.
Yep.
So yeah. See, Evan's going to keep this going. That's what's going to end up happening. Him and Tony are going to keep the show going. But no, we are going to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I can't pour more whiskey. This is 114 proof. I can't pour more of this. I already finished 2 of them. So that is going to do it. That's true. We can't stop the chat. And don't worry if you keep talking when the outro is rolling, we'll highlight them because I think it's hilarious when chat's going during the outro. So
Same.
but that is truly it for us tonight. Thank you all. Again, hopefully you enjoyed our April 1st show. I'm actually wearing it as well.
You're on the board game rundown too?
Yeah, small
You
world.
fooled me, dude. I would never guess that.
And those game shows you have back there just look so familiar. I feel like I've been to your house like hundreds of times. It's weird. But yeah. Thanks again, everybody. It was fun. And we'll be back next week with more, and we have a lot of content coming out very soon, review wise. So stay tuned for all that. For the board game rundown, I was Mike.
Bob.
See you next week, where we probably won't have a mystery guest. Although Tim will probably wish he was the mystery guest, and then we'll have to pretend that he's the mystery guest, and it'll be awkward. But we'll do it because you got to please Tim all the time.
No.
All right, you're right.
Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
Heating.
I do like to
Heating. Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.